Hello, I'm Archie Luxury, reporting live from Singapore, and I got to tell you something that is really, I don't know how quite to put this, but when you look for new wristwatches in Singapore, there is a huge selection. There are huge stores, superstores of luxury watches there, and you would say this is fantastic. This is absolutely amazing. You've got superstores where you've got many dealers selling Patek, Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Vacheron, Jaeger-LeCoultre, all the top brands, and even the shitty, crappy brands are represented in Singapore. The only problem is, fuckers, is that every luxury watch store in Singapore for the new watches looks the fucking same. They all have that corporate look to them. There's nothing really special or interesting. And you know, you kind of get so, I don't know, I've traveled all through Asia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Bangkok. I've been to all these countries, and you know something, whether I'm in Jakarta, Hong Kong or Singapore, the Patek stores all look and feel the same. I can't afford to buy any of them. They're big bucks, and you've basically got all the watches on display there. And I mean, you can ask them, okay, could I please have a look? You can touch it, feel it. A lot of the stores have a wrapper wrapped around the wristwatch in question. Wrapper, plastic coating so that it remains virginal. Only the buyer gets to take the wrapper off. But I gotta tell you, it's so, I don't want to be rude or nasty, but it's so fucking boring. Every watch store, Patek, Rolex, with that brand, they look exactly the same. There is nothing special whatsoever. And I'm not a prick teaser. I don't like to go in there and say, oh, what discount? Because I never buy new. I never ever buy new. I buy on the used market, and I don't want to waste their time. I think it's wrong to go in there to sort of haggle on price when I have absolutely no intention whatsoever of buying anything new from them. I mean, look, it's just a bad value proposition. It's a bad value proposition. And, you know, all of these snooty stores, you've got Hourglass, you've got Cortina, you've got all these boutiques littered throughout Singapore. They all have a no filming in store policy. And even if I did fucking film inside the store, it's not something that you necessarily haven't seen before, because the Patek boutique, the Patek stores in every fucking country around the world look basically the same. They use the same shop fitters, basically the same formula, same furniture, same mirrors, same this, same that. You could be in any Patek store around the world, and I gotta tell you, this is kind of fucking boring. It's absolutely boring. I mean, You go to one Patek dealer, you have a look. Then you go to another one and you have a look. They don't like to, well, I don't press them on discounting because I don't fucking buy new. The answer to buy is used pieces. Do not buy fucking new pieces. And it just looks like, some of them have got every piece there under the sun. Unless you can wear it for a couple of days, you're really not going to experience what's the watch like. So you kind of, it's like going into a Mercedes showroom. Every model's there, but unless you are, it's just a poor value proposition. They don't want you to film inside. Oh, no. It's just absolutely boring. Even if I did get footage inside these stores, so fucking what? So fucking what indeed. It's just so fucking boring. They're all the same. They look the same. And what they should do, if they really wanted to get some nous, they could have a touring museum where they had some older pieces, vintage, not for sale, just to show you the lineage. They could do a Nautilus tour or a Calatrava, have half a dozen vintagey pieces, and that's only in that one shop. You could make a real effort to get some punters in the door, but they don't do that. They're only interested in selling new watches at minimal discount, and in all honesty, it's nothing that great at all. It's kind of boring. It's boring. When you go to a new country, you go to the Patek boutique or the Rolex store, they all look the fucking same. It's just in a different currency. And when you calculate it out, it's not much difference between the pricing. The world, it's a world pricing. Most of these things are world pricing. So I don't want to complain or whinge, but fuckers, to be completely honest with you there, you go into one Patek store, you could be in any Patek store in the world, and it's kind of boring. Archie Luxury, live from Singapore, signing out. The only little bit different, the shop display was in Singapore Airport, where they had a Rolex dealer who had a glass case with many Rolexes on display. That's the only variation I saw. The only slightly interesting variation was this one dealer in Singapore Airport who had a display done slightly differently to the Rolex shops, but that's the only slightly different display I saw in the entire range there. It was just a glass cabinet with pieces there, and a lot of Datejust, not many sports, the usual bullshit of Rolex fun. Yes, so unfortunately that's the way it is. They look so similar. Archie Luxury signing out, fuckers. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? It's boring or not? Archie Luxury signing out.